Dr. Tanya. You probably know me better as Dr. Cutress, and today I am here to talk to you all about sexual health. This is what I normally do on the internet. We found a fun way to read out comments from general stuff on the internet about your genitals, your body, periods, and everything, and get a doctor's reaction on it. Let's jump right in. I once heard someone say that do not drink cold water during your periods, it will make blood down there thick. But that's so stupid. How? I mean, if you really want to get into the science of it, adding water to blood will make your blood thinner. It's stupid. No. Just have cold water if you want. That's it. Hey, but they say that vaginal discharge can often cause weakness. Does sweating mean you have weakness? Vaginal discharge is a very, very normal routine thing that everybody experiences. There's nothing wrong with it. And it does not mean you're facing weakness. If somebody is telling you that vaginal discharge will make you weak or it's a sign of something bad, they're probably selling you a product. What you should do is run the opposite way, because you don't want to waste your money on a product that claims to cure something that is completely natural. That said, if you have any other symptoms along with your discharge, please see your doctor, but this is bullshit. But sour food is not good during periods. It does affect somehow. It doesn't affect anyhow. It's fine, have sour food if you want to. There is absolutely no reason for you to not be having sour food on your periods, other than like if you have gastritis or something. Do this nonsense. It's not going to affect somehow. Whenever I take a pill, my boyfriend says that I am weak and can't handle the pain like other girls do. Okay, maybe kick your boyfriend in the nuts every month repeatedly for 3 days. So if he takes a painkiller and tell him he's weak and he can't handle pain like other men do. This is nonsense. Your organs are literally squeezing themselves and like just you're bleeding for 5 days straight from between your legs. The act of bleeding and carrying on with your regular routine life, that by itself is so uterusy, right? Uteruses are badass and you're badass for having one. If your periods hurt, it's okay to take a painkiller. If your periods hurt so much that painkillers don't relieve the pain, or you're not able to carry on with your regular life activities, you want to go speak to a doctor. This can indicate an underlying problem. But I am weak and can't handle pain like other girls do. Swift kick in the nuts should solve your problem. Now we're going to be talking about the comment section from videos that talk about manifestation. They talk about manifesting a perfect vulva and a perfect vagina. If manifestations work for you, brilliant, great, but there's no science behind it, except it makes you feel wonderful and great. Yeah, let's delve into the really problematic stuff now, shall we? The description of a perfect vagina. I'm just going to take a second here to point out the vagina is thing on the inside, not what you see on the outside. So you cannot shave your vagina unless you decide to shove a razor blade inside and shave it. Wouldn't recommend it. Vulva always has a pleasuring taste and smell. What does pleasuring mean? There's a fetish or a kink where you don't bathe for a couple of days and then the vulva has a smell. Some people are really into that. That's a kink. So maybe they also have a pleasuring taste and smell. Perfectly, permanently hairless vulva grow in an anus. This is somebody who hasn't hit puberty yet. This is extremely problematic, you know. That's like sexualizing children's bodies in some odd way. You want your partner's genitals to look like that of a child? Is that sexier? This is really icky and disgusting and very illegal, by the way. It's not possible to have a perfectly hairless vulva, groin and anus. Even people who naturally have very little hair, they have some hair down there, because this is a sign of puberty, this is a sign of sexual maturity. Perfectly vagina color. The color you consider the most perfect for you. Like, would you go up to somebody and be like, यार मुझे तेरी नाक के अंदर देखना है, तेरी नाक अंदर से कैसे दिखती है? The vagina is a mucous membrane on the inside. That means it's exactly like the inside of your nose or the inside of your mouth. Have you ever thought of making the inside of your mouth the perfect color. What is this nonsense? Okay. Gratitude for results. Partners love your results. I don't know what the fuck this means. Beautiful, perfect vulva. Yes, your vulva is beautiful and perfect the way it is. This point I'm on board with. Perfectly sized and shaped clitoris, labia majora, minora, and vaginal opening. Let's talk about this. The clitoris is not the tiny matar ka dana you see. The clitoris is actually about the size of your palm. It's a much bigger thing. Most of it is hidden inside. So if you can't see 99% of the clitoris, how do you determine that this clitoris is of the perfect size? Matlab bhai yahi hai. What the fuck? That's like saying you must have the perfect intestines. This is nonsense. Okay. No two faces are completely alike. No two vulvas are completely alike. So, your labia can be longer, your labia can be shorter, your labia can be wrinkly, your labia can be pink, your labia can be purple, your labia can be black. It's a big variety. The vaginal opening is also slightly elastic because you deliver a baby out of there, let's not forget. So it's not like it can be itna bada and zindagi bhar itna bada, because where the fuck is the baby going to come out from? So perfectly flexible and tight vaginal opening. What? What does this mean? How can it be flexible and tight at the same time? What is this? Where is the physics? Have a perfect size and shape introitus, foreshead, prepuce, fossa navicularis, and mons pubis. It says mon pubis, by the way. Let's begin with the first thing that most of you will not recognize. The
introitus, foreshead, prepuce, fossa navicularis, and mons.
Unless you have a degree in medicine, and particularly if you've done some masters in gynecology or something, who the fuck says this every morning as a manifestation ritual to themselves? Any excessive vulvar tissue and skin shrink to perfection. Go say this to a man. Any excessive ballsack tissue shrunk to perfection. Perfect, youthful, smooth, clear, healthy, gorgeous vulva skin. By the way, vulva facials are a thing in case you didn't know that. Extreme gratitude for all of the above. Partners love all the above about you. What about partners that love you for who you are? Your vulva is fine the way it is. This one actually works. My labia minora has gotten much lighter. Please go to your doctor if your labia minora suddenly changes colors. This can even be a sign of cancer sometimes. She looks so cute and pink. Also, why are you gendering your genitals? My hair down there has gotten lighter and hasn't grown out much since the last time I shaved 2 weeks ago. My labia minora still could get smaller though. Also, she has gotten tighter. Teehee. Dude, if your genitals are changing like this in 2 weeks, you need to go see your doctor. If your hair is changing color, if your skin is changing color, this can be a sign of a significant hormonal imbalance. This can even be the sign of cancer sometimes, This is run to the doctor. This is not manifestation has worked for me. No. I've been using subliminals since last year, but I never got any results. But I started using this sub for around 2 months or so. This is like those telemarketing ads. पहले मेरी जिंदगी में बहुत दुख और गम था, पर जब से मैंने अपनाया नया Scotch Brite. One of my labia minora always sticked out, a lot, and I was so insecure about it. I was considering getting surgery when I get a job. So I thought I should just try out a sub, and then I started using this sub and I added it with my weight loss playlist. After just 2 months, both of my labias are the same size, and the labia majora really covers the whole thing. I still have some hyperpigmentation though, but still I'm not insecure about it. What the fuck? Having your labia in any shape or size is fine. A lot of people find that their inner lips tend to stick out and be longer. That's fine unless it's physically becoming a problem for you, like they're so long that when you're sitting down you're crushing them and it hurts, then you can speak to your doctor. Unless it's a functional problem, fuck the cosmetic shit, dude. Cosmetic stuff changes all the time. Affirmations for me: heart. My labia doesn't appear. My labia doesn't appear. My labia doesn't appear. That's it. This is the sentence. Is this like the labia version of Voldemort? You don't see their nose, you don't see their labia. How can you not have labia? That's physically impossible. The same tissue that becomes labia in women becomes the scrotum in men. My V-star gina is perfect. Your V-Star Gina is perfect anyway. My V-Star Gina tastes like sweet honey and vanilla. Honey, fuck no, that's not gonna happen. Your V-Star Gina will taste like a V-Star Gina. It does not taste like honey or vanilla. My V-Star Gina and AN Star S are the same skin tone as my actual skin tone. Okay, here's an experiment for you to pull off. Roll up your sleeves, fold your arm and look at this area on the crease of your inner elbow and tell me if it is the same color as the rest of your skin. It's most likely not going to be, because normally when you look at any area of our skin that has folds, it's naturally darker. I am not insecure about my V-Star Gina anymore. I hope you're not insecure about your V-Star Gina, because your V-Star Gina is perfect. You do not have to worry about it. I hate my lips, they're so big. But my main concern is my mons pubis. Most girls don't have it. What? And it just makes me so insecure. Everybody has a mons pubis. Now just for context, the mons pubis is a little bump. This is where your lips start. You will have a fatty upper part over here. That part is fatty to cushion you from the blow of penetration. My boyfriend says my vagina smells bad. Give your boyfriend a kick in the nuts and tell him his dick smells bad. Sorry. I personally think it smells fine. Exactly, because it does smell fine. Your vagina smells like a vagina, and that's what it's meant to smell like. Not like a meadow of flowers. As long as you don't have genuinely an off smell, something that genuinely smells bad, and you have any other symptoms, it can be a sign of infection. In that case, if you don't have that, your vagina smells fine. It smells like a vagina. Is it true that inserting meth into the vagina you can get an awesome arousal high? If so, is this safe? Holy fuck! There is no other way for me to say this. Do not insert meth anywhere. The best way to get an awesome arousal is understand what you like, what you don't like, whatever floats your boat. The internet is going to feed you all kinds of nonsense around your periods, around nofap, around your vagina. But maybe you should watch Dr. Siddhant's video to find out more.